Morning, friends, or evening if you're on the other side of the hemisphere. Gibbs here. Today I'm alone. Cheps is not here. I want to say thank you so much for coming and watching our shows, our videos. You guys are amazing. And I mean, it's about 10:25 a.m. here in the UK, and as you can see, guys, I am in nature. See that thing flying next to me? A bee? Yeah, guys, there is something that the nature do to our souls, and that it brings healing whenever we feel low, down, tired, or discouraged by the challenges that we have in this world. Whenever we choose to go back to nature, where our forefathers lived, survived, enjoyed, whenever we connect back to nature, there is that energy that comes from it that we can explain. And so today, I'm in a garden here in London, garden by the name 120, and just being in nature and enjoying this Sunday morning. And as you can see, these flowers here, the bees have come to collect, as you can see this, to collect nectars that they're going to use to produce the food that they eat and the sweet thing that we say call honey. And you see, it's that nature that is feeding into these little insects that produce this wonderful thing that we use. And so nature can feed us, can heal us, can, do so many things to us. So do find time, no matter how busy or crazy it is, find time to go by the rivers, go into the woods, go into the farms, and just enjoy nature. A couple of years back, many years back, I remember, I think it was year 4 or year 5 in primary school when I was studying in the village, okay, in Africa. I remember in the morning that we had the first 2 lessons, okay, from the age to 10 there could be 2 or 3 lessons, and when it was about to be break time, around 10 a.m., you could hear the desk, children become a little bit of upbeat and moving in there, and the teacher could sense, and the bell, break time bell will be rung, and the teacher leaves, and the noise and the jubilation, and we run to the field, school field, and enjoy the place. We could always look forward to either break time or in the afternoon, or the 4 p.m. break, and run into the fields. Run, jump, sing, dance. And this would happen whether there is rain or sunshine. Children run outside the fields to be in the grassland and in nature. And it brought so much joy, okay? We could play, and that you don't care whether your trouser or your shirt, you're getting dirty. as long as you play or as long as you enjoy the moment with friends. And it brought so much joy. All right? That is how being in that open space and in nature was so nice then. And so you find at times these days being so much busy, okay, being in the concrete all the day, all the week, throughout the week, it becomes difficult at times to feel that energy and being in nature as it used to be then. And so people, whenever I find that space to go into nature after work, man, I run to it. It brings that aspect of rejuvenation. So please go for some few moments and spend time in nature. Fantastic skyline, my people. Right next to it is nature.